Hello grade 3 scientists. It's good to see you and I hope you're all staying safe. Well, can you believe it? We are in week 5 of our online learning program already. And this week in our solar system unit, I'd like us to focus on Earth. Today we're going to look a little bit closer at the planet that is so important to us because it's our home planet. It's where we live. We know that Earth is the 3rd planet in our solar system from the Sun. So the Sun is in the middle, and then all the other planets in our solar system are orbiting around the Sun. There is 8 planets, and we know that we also have little Pluto over here at the end, but he's been demoted to a dwarf planet. He's still in our model. We're still keeping him here, but we know that he's not one of the 8 planets. He is a dwarf planet. Right. Now, we know that Earth is not straight up. It's actually tilted at about 60 degrees. All right. So if this was 90 degrees, this is a 90-degree angle. Earth is tilted at about 60 degrees. So the North Pole would be here and the South Pole would be here. All right. So that also has an impact on our seasons. Now, as we travel around, as we orbit around the Sun, did you know that we actually rotate around our own axis too? So we are spinning, and while we are spinning, we are orbiting around the Sun too. So there's a lot of movement. We are spinning at a speed of about 1,600 kilometers per hour. So that we are moving right there. If it wasn't for gravity, we would be flung off the Earth, right? So we are actually spinning at a tremendous speed. And that's not even the worst of it. While we're spinning at about 1,600 kilometers per hour, we are actually orbiting around the Sun at around about, or just over 100,000 kilometers per hour as we are orbiting around the Sun. So we are spinning at tremendous speeds. But if we stand still, and as I'm sitting here in the class, and it's all quiet, and there's no students around me, it doesn't feel like we're moving, right? So it's because of gravity, and also the atmosphere that's all around us. So the atmosphere is a layer of gas, and there's oxygen in our atmosphere, and that allows us to breathe and for a lot of life to be on Earth because of the oxygen that is just at the right mix for us to be able to breathe. Now, as we go higher up, the oxygen levels are lower, the air gets thinner. If we were to stand on the ground at sea level, if we go straight up for about 100 kilometers, we'll be in space. So there's about 100 kilometers of gas that is around our Earth, that is our solar system. That is our atmosphere. Right now, the gas gets thinner and thinner and thinner. So the higher you go up, it will be harder to breathe. So if you stand on a very, very tall mountain, it will actually be harder for you to breathe than it would be down at sea level. So the oxygen do get thinner as we go up. Right. We know that our Earth is also called the blue planet because some of the first astronauts, when they were in space and they looked back at Earth, they saw that our planet was blue. And the reason for that is about 70% of our Earth is water. But did you know that only 3% of the water on Earth is fresh water? And of that 3%, 2% of it is frozen. So the water that we drink and that we use is only about 1% of the water on Earth. Right. Now, I would like us to have a look at this week. I'd like us to think outside the box. Now, we know that Earth is ideal for life, and that we live here and animals live here, and plants can grow, Now, different plants and different animals live under different conditions, but Earth is so diverse that different animals and different creatures and different plants can grow in different parts of the Earth. So Earth is a magnificent place, and we can talk for hours about the life on Earth. But this week, I'd like to think outside the box a little bit. I want to challenge you. I want you to think like an astronaut working for NASA. And I want you to imagine that you have been given the task to plan an expedition to somewhere in space, to plan an expedition for a colony to go and live somewhere else in space, because Earth is getting a little crowded, so we want to think of a different place we can live. Now, if you want to think of a different object or a different planet other than Mars or the Moon, you can. I like outside of the box thinking, and I like independent thinking, you know that. So maybe you want to think of a different place. However, I know that NASA has considered either Mars or the Moon as a place where we can set up a colony. I want you to do a bit of research. You can discuss with family members, you can talk to mom and dad, you can do research online, you can read books. Which place would be the best place to have a colony? So you have to decide that first. Once you have decided that, I want you to write a report on why you think we'll be able to live there and what will we need for this expedition. So if AIS is going to send your class up to space, what will we need to go up to space? Right? Think about the energy, right? Batteries, electricity. What will you need? How will you regenerate that energy? Will you have to take solar panels with you? How much of it will you take up? Because only so much can fit into a spacecraft. So I want you to be a little creative and think of how you would create an expedition to go to either the Moon or Mars, or maybe somewhere else. Maybe there's an asteroid that you know of that some astronauts or NASA has considered. So do some research. Where would the best place to be to set up a colony? What will you need? What will you take with you? And then also, how will we live there? What will we eat? Right? Will animals be able to live there? And will you have to set up a great big dome? Think about the temperatures. Will it be too hot or too cold? The planet you're going to, is there an atmosphere there? Is there oxygen? Is there maybe evidence that there is water there, or that there could have been life in the past? Do all that type of research and think about where we could set up a colony. Right? I hope you have fun with this, because I like little challenges. Now, the real reason why I'm asking you this is when we do all this research, and you will discover while you're trying to think of different ways to have a colony on your planet, you'll see that there's a lot of things to think about. And it just makes us realize how blessed we are to live on this planet, that everything is just right for living conditions. And there are so many things that we will have to think about when we're on a different planet, from oxygen and temperature to food to gravity, how we will be affected in so many ways. All right, well, have fun with your task. Please send either little video clips or a photo of your work. If you would like to take a video of yourself telling me what you have found, that is fine too, right? So I'm really looking forward to getting your opinions and also some of the facts that you have discovered while you are doing your research on where do you think would be the best place to set up a colony, and why, and how will you do it? All right, have fun. I'm looking forward to seeing all your fantastic work. Have a great week. Stay safe.